Hello. What's up, dinosaur friends? This is so cool. There's some people actually waiting. Guys, this is our third week doing this. Welcome to the Dino live stream. We're here back on the Dinosaur channel. We got an exciting one for you guys today. We're going to be talking all about Jurassic World Dominion, the next installment of Jurassic World. And this is just my little machine that's playing the Jurassic Park theme song on loop. Hope it's not annoying. Hello, everybody. Hello, Dinosaur. Hello, Baby Beaver. Hello, Dinosaur 1. Hello, Marsha. Welcome to the live stream. We are going to be treating this like a podcast. Anybody's listening in retrospect. And I know that so many of you guys listen to this show after it's recorded, like hundreds of you, which is so freaking cool. So first of all, thank you to everybody who is listening to the show after it comes out. One, really helps with the YouTube watch time, which is part of the reason why we're doing this live stream, trying to get monetized again so I can make money while I make these videos for you guys. And of course, just noting this now, if anybody wants to donate, PayPal link is down below in the description. We'd appreciate any financial support on this YouTube channel because, as I mentioned to you guys last week, I bought a Jurassic Park Jeep for a really cool series on this channel, and it has broken down approximately 5 times since I got it. Literally, a radiator exploded yesterday and is back in the shop. So anyways, anybody who's listening to this later, treat this as a podcast. Tune into it later. If you're driving a car, if you're on your way to work, whatever you're doing, you're commuting somewhere, listen to it, pop it on. Hello, Andres. Hello, React. Hello, Memezilla. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We've got some stuff to take care of on the show. I remember last week, I think it was Dinosaur, told us about Project Ferocious, Lost Wild, Extinction, Path of Titans, Death Crown. Project Ferocious is the Lost World, Extinction, Path of Titans, Primal Dominion, Goner, Death Crown. You put so many things in there. I don't even know what you're saying. There's so much. There was somebody last week was telling me I needed to do to find out about a show or a TV. So just remind me, anybody who was here last time that was trying to tell me to watch something specific. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, guys, we're going to talk about Jurassic World Dominion today, the next Jurassic World movie. And I know that on the channel we have been harkering on it so much, but you guys have to understand from one perspective, this movie's coming out in June, and there's going to be a big amount of hype around this movie. And so for me, I want to use that movie as a catalyst to promote the channel and get people's minds around dinosaurs. I'm working really hard in the background. I've almost completely abandoned my my main channel, the Traveling Clat, while I'm working on this. I mean, I'm still working on that channel, but I am prepping for you guys the coolest series that has ever been done in relation to dinosaurs on YouTube ever. Like, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I'm working really tirelessly on it. I'm trying to get sponsors and trying to get funding for it. And hopefully summer 2022, shortly after Dominion, we're going to hit the road and show you guys some amazing stuff. I don't want to give too much away now. But yes, we have to talk about expectations. So for anybody who's watching the stream right now, please comment down below or comment in the chat some expectations that you guys have for Jurassic World Dominion, things that you guys would like to see, whether it's characters or dinosaurs, locations that you'd like to see, and events that you would actually like to see happen. So anything that you guys have, any projections that you have, whether you're listening to this later or listening to it now live, please comment that stuff down below. I'm going to crank this up again. I hope nobody's bothered by this. I kind of like having this in the background. It's kind of nice. It's cute. Let me know if it bothers you. I can turn it off. Well, I can't really. I cannot turn it on again once it's done cranking. But yes, so I mean, let's just jump into it. As we get closer and closer to Jurassic World Dominion releasing, we are starting to see more and more when it comes to merchandise, and when it comes to apparel, anything like just leaks, pictures, videos, whatever it is. We're starting to see more and more that is giving more away about the movie. Now, I don't want to specifically talk about spoilers in here. I definitely want to talk about stuff that I expect and stuff that I would like to see. Also, by the way, nobody's commented on this because my light's kind of blowing it up. But just so you guys know, save the dinos. This is the my DPG hat. DPG was the, sorry for my crazy hair, from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This is actually one of the hats from the Dinosaur Protection Group, which is now apparently abandoned, which we can talk about in this as well. By the way, guys, anybody who is watching right now, is this sign backwards for you right now? Because looking on my screen, it is backwards for me. Is it also backwards for you, or are you guys seeing everything correctly? Okay, let's see what Marcia said. Marcia said Nikki something in Mexico. Okay. Dinosaur says, "Have you seen Project Dominion?" I haven't. I'd love to see Project Dominion. I don't know what it is. Can you enlighten us about what Project Dominion is? Um, you traveling around and showing us dinosaur prints and sue the dinosaur. Yeah, Marsha, it's gonna be something along the lines of that. It's very exciting. Okay, no, you don't see this backwards. You guys see this upright. I don't. You guys saying no, it doesn't help me at all. I'm just like, no, you don't see it right, or no, you do see it right. Um, but I appreciate everyone chiming in. Okay, now Marsha's just writing yes. I have no idea what you guys mean. Anyways, let's continue. So obviously in this thumbnail, I used a picture of the Giganotosaurus, Gigantosaurus, however you want to call it. This dinosaur is, it's got tons of different pronunciations for its name. So I meant to say Project Ferocious. Is Project Ferocious the thing you wanted me to watch last time? Is that what you wanted me to watch last time? Okay, yes, it's not backwards. That's good. Uh, if Project Ferocious is what you wanted me to watch last time, let me know, and we can definitely pop that on later in the stream today. So let's talk about Dominion and specifically the Giganotosaurus, the Gigantosaurus. This is a dinosaur that I have been following since I was a kid. I remember like growing up as a kid, the Tyrannosaurus Rex has always been sort of the main focus in the dinosaur world, the king of dinosaurs, the tyrant lizard king. And now, obviously, last week we covered that article that wanted to break up the Tyrannosaurus into 3 different subspecies, which is also really cool. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I'm open to it becoming a more of a diverse group and having different subspecies on it. Because for me, it's like, as long as they're classifying it correctly, I don't have a problem with it. Um, okay, Dinosaur Project Ferocious. We're definitely gonna watch that. We're gonna watch that all together, guys, in just a little bit. And anybody who's watching this later, we're gonna tune in because we have a wonderful person named Dinosaur in the live chat right now, and he or she wanted us to watch uh, Project Ferocious a couple weeks ago, I think, and we haven't done it yet. So we're gonna watch it today together. Okay, so yeah, in regards to the Giganotosaurus, I think apologize for the yawning, guys. You guys know, you guys already know the drill. I really do apologize. Um, yeah, the Giganotosaurus is something that's been, I think, in the franchise for a while because if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the Giganotosaurus's DNA was used in the Indominus Rex's uh, DNA as well to give it the extra girth, the extra size. Um, but this dinosaur is something that I've been like tracking and following in the limelight for years, and it's never really had a spotlight on it. It's interesting to me that of all the dinosaurs that they could have chosen, that Universal chose, they chose specifically the Giganotosaurus because other than its head being a very unique design, very, very, very unique design, um, which is more, if I'm correct, I think it's a Carcharodontosaurid. Um, Maybe it's a Giganotosaurus. I don't know. It's kind of hard with all the classifications. Um, but yeah, Giganotosaurus, like it's kind of funny that they chose specifically this dinosaur. Um, I mean, it was known as a superbly big dinosaur, bigger than Tyrannosaurus Rex in most cases, and supposedly very ferocious as well. It's a South American dinosaur. We're going to be covering this in an episode in the future. You bet your ass we're going to do that. Probably we'll do that after Jurassic World comes out, Jurassic World Dominion comes out, because obviously we want to capitalize on the success of the series. We do have an episode on the Therizinosaurus coming soon, though. That's one of the dinosaurs featured in the movie, so obviously make sure not to miss that one. But yeah, when it comes to the Giganotosaurus, it's. I think I have like chronic yawning. I don't know what this is. It's interesting that they chose this dinosaur specifically because, you know, out of all dinosaurs they could have chosen, like they chose. This is the second time they chose a South American dinosaur. So in the last movie, and it wasn't really like an antagonist. It was more of just like kind of a dummy that was there. The Carnotaurus, if you guys remember, the T Rex kind of gets bullied. The T Rex bullies the Carnotaurus like multiple times in the movie. And then obviously we get to see more of an insight on the Carnotaurus in Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. And Carnotaurus is a dinosaur that has been in the limelight for a long time, since Disney's movie Dinosaur, which kind of made it the what's it called? One of the main antagonists. Amine Yahui. Hey, hi there. Hello. Um Just so you guys know, yes, I go on this website called Omegle frequently, and I promote this channel on there because I'm really trying to get an audience of people who love dinosaurs, a community, and it's really cool to see comments like that because there's tons of people from Omegle that I met that love dinosaurs, they love the set, and they end up subscribing because of that. But yes, to get back to it, this is the second time they've chosen a South American theropod, and it's interesting to me because they could have, there were so many ways to go about it. Like what So, okay, Jurassic Park, the first movie, like it seems to me like all of Jurassic World, the entire trilogy, um, mirrors the events of Jurassic Park in their series, kind of dead on. Obviously, there's variations, major variations. Like we didn't have hybrids in the first series at all, but it's so close that it's almost like a little uncanny. Like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, exploring the park, well, not perfectly. Something disaster happens, dinosaurs break loose, kabang, we're done. Mazel tov. Yeah, we move next. Next one, uh, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. We're going back to an island, not necessarily the first island. We're going on this like sort of renegade mission. Definitely a darker movie. Lots of new species of dinosaur introduced in this movie. Same thing, Fallen Kingdom, like going back to an island, renegade style. Then obviously the last portion of the movie with the Indoraptor just goes completely out of the freaking rails. It's something completely different. And then like we have Jurassic World Dominion and Jurassic Park 3. A huge antagonist is introduced to the series, something that's going to rival the T Rex, and we already know that the T Rex is being rivaled. And it's like, why are we doing the same thing again? Like, I guess it's like I guess they're kind of trying to do a redemption for Jurassic Park 3 and what that was because a lot of people hate on that movie. I have a hard time hating on that movie necessarily because I grew up with that one. I was born in 1996, so I was born after the first Jurassic Park movie. I was too young to watch Jurassic Park: The Lost World when it first came out. The first Jurassic Park movie I think I ever watched in theaters was Jurassic Park 3, and then I watched the rest after as a kid. So for me, like Jurassic Park 3 is a movie that I grew up on. So I never grew up hating it. It was actually, it has a very special place in my heart. But now in retrospect, watching them all back, it's definitely my least favorite out of all of them, but I can still appreciate a lot in it. And to me, that the dinosaurs in that movie look so real. So when I see them sort of repeating the same beats in Jurassic World Dominion with introducing this giant theropod that's going to be the main antagonist of the movie, it's like, why are we doing this? Like, is there another way we could have gone about this? Is there another storytelling trope that we could have done to sort of get us rallied up around this series? And again, this is not me hating on it. I am beyond excited. I shed a tear when I watched a trailer. Like I wish I recorded my reaction to the trailer, but if you guys don't, if you guys are not subscribed to the Jurassic Park podcast, is a podcast that um, I haven't really been part of that community for the last couple of years while I was abroad, but I'm heavily involved in that community and I love the people from it. The host Brad Jost, he did a reaction of him watching the trailer for the first time, and the man, if he didn't shed a tear, he got damn near close to it, and I cannot resonate more with that. Like that's how excited I am for this movie. That's how much it means to me that this is coming out because it's sort of a summary of like childhood and becoming a young adult. Like Jurassic Park was my childhood. Jurassic World was me like leaving high school and entering adulthood, and it's carrying me through. And I'm so excited for where the franchise goes as I become a full adult and maybe have kids and stuff in the future, like introducing them to this franchise. And I know that it's probably going to continue. But when we talk about Jurassic Park 3 and we talk about the similarities between Jurassic World Dominion, that introducing an antagonist that doesn't really need to be introduced. Like we ended up the last movie kind of knowing the dinosaurs that are in the existence of this planet. I'm excited about new dinosaurs. Don't get me wrong. But like, where the freak are they getting a Giganotosaurus in the modern day? Are you telling me that when all these dinosaurs broke out in the last movie, scientists were like, well, let's just make more. Let's just make a bunch more and just release them. Who the freak does that? Why would anybody do that? It doesn't make any sense, especially a bigger one. Like if there's already a T-Rex causing havoc, unless somehow they were creating dinosaurs before and releasing them, or like they had them held on the mainland already, but that already breaks canon of what's going on in the movie. It's all very confusing. And I'm not angry at it again. I'm just kind of like disgruntled. I'm like, why are we doing this specifically? I can't see the Giganotosaurus unless it somehow shoots a laser of like nuclear energy out of its mouth like Godzilla, which it very much looks like, which I'm not a huge fan of. Unless it does that, I can't see this animal really adding so much to the movie. It's just another giant theropod. We had the Indominus Rex. The Indoraptor, you can make a claim, was kind of big, but not really. But the T Rex was kind of the king of Fallen Kingdom, and so was it in the Lost World, which is like I like that. Um, and like we had the Spinosaurus. Like, what are you gonna add? What are you gonna do for us in this movie that you couldn't do different? Pyroraptor, love it. First feathered dinosaur. We need that. We totally need that. And I mean, it's the same as a raptor, a little smaller. Finally, we're getting some sort of like factual sized raptor in the series, and I love that. A Triceratops, I've already talked about it. Let you toss it aside. I totally don't care. I'm into it. I love it. Like again, this is not me hating on it. The Triceratops, I'm like, kind of like whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. Like it's not gonna do much for me. It's just gonna be Velociraptors. We could have just done it with the Velociraptors. Therizinosaurus, totally into it. I love it. We need something like this. This breaks the story a little bit. It's not just like another. This is a new animal. It's a Therizinosaurus. It's something we've never had. Giant claws, herbivore. Why is an herbivore being so carnivorous? Why is it being so ferocious? Like usually the herbivores in this series are relatively docile. So I love that we're getting some sort of herbivore that's, a little bit more on the edge that's attacking. That's super cool to me. But overall, it's like I want to be more excited for this Giganotosaurus, and I'm having a really hard time being more excited for it. I also do have something really cool to show you guys. I'm gonna grab it real quick, just so I have it here. Um, it's something I have actually been showing people when I promote this YouTube channel. I got some cool stuff collected here, and I'm gonna show you guys later. It's real what's it called? Real dinosaur bones and stuff. Really, really cool stuff. Bad people make Giga and more than they escape. That's what Dinosaur says. Yeah, I mean, but like why? Like the motives of evil characters in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World have been really shallow so far. The character developing for like evil characters. Well, first of all, we haven't really had many evil characters. In the first movie, there was an evil character. We were pretty much just battling the storm. Second movie, we were going against, John Hammond's nephew, who I guess you can make a claim that he's evil just because he's trying to collect dinosaurs and build like. Okay, let's talk a baseline. It's like they cloned dinosaurs, they lost all the dinosaurs, left them on an island, and now they just want to try to make some money back for this company. A corporation is not a human being with morals and sentiments. Of course, the corporation is going to do that, right? Of course, the corporation is going to go back on the island, retrieve what is theirs, and try to open up another park. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, that's totally expected. So it's like kind of even hard. He's not like torturing the dinosaurs. He's just trying to make a park to profitability again so their company can survive. Is he doing morally questionable things to the animals? 100%, like tons of morally questionable things. But then he gets eaten by a T-Rex at the end, so it's like a pretty good, like, you know. But it's like, why? That's not that serious. Jurassic Park 3, again, we don't really have any villains. It's just the villains, the Spinosaurus, and you can't really be angry at an animal that was brought back millions of years ago, not just to be like stuck on an island. Like Jurassic World, villain kind of starts becoming a little more clear, like kind of Henry Wu's a little bit of a villain. The Fallen Kingdom is the first time we actually have a proper like villain. Even the dinosaur is like a villain that freaking smiles, which I hated. I hated that so much. But like the Indoraptor actually pops a smile in the movie at some point. But we have plenty of bad, sketchy character villains. But Eli Mills, that's the proper villain of the movie. Alongside Henry Wu and the other guy from the auction and the poacher guy. I forget his name. Um, like Jurassic World Dominion, it looks like this story is going to have a really cartoonified actual villains who are like we are the bad guys and we are creating evil dinosaurs and you guys are the good guys and you happen to have these dinosaurs on your side like the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the first movie. Like she's not your pet, but she's as close as you can have as being a pet dinosaur. And Blue is a dog. Like that's the Blue the Velociraptor is just a puppy. I've seen this Ken Wheatley, you're correct, dinosaur. That's what I was talking about. Blue is a puppy, and I've seen this being compared on the Jurassic Park podcast plenty of times, and I can't agree more with it. The Blue is a dog. There's no difference. She's a trained army dog. That's what she is. Her daughter or her son or whatever her offspring is, Beta, is going to be a dog as well. Like, it's going to be a puppy. Um, it's like, what are we doing? Why are we doing, and what are we doing? Again, I preface all this, or I'm not really prefacing it at this point, but I would like to add on top of all this, like I am excited as heck for this movie and actually really in support of all the decisions that Universal makes because at the end of the day, they haven't disappointed me yet. I've loved all the movies in this franchise. I've loved some of them less than others, but every single time they grab my money, I mean, look what I've done to myself financially. I'm hooked. I love it. I have no complaints. There's certain things I would have liked to see yes or more or less or more of, but I'm not hating on it by any means. These are just questions that I have and things that I like to bring up to light because I'm questioning the decisions. But at the end of the day, when I watch the movies in the theater, I'm usually pretty happy. Like for me, the one thing that I hated about the series, I thought I hated the Indominus Rex when Jurassic World first came out. But then when I watched it again and again and again, I realized I actually love the Indominus Rex. It's super cool. The series needed to do that because I feel like that idea has been there for such a long time, and like Jurassic Park needed to get that out of their system. It was like an instinctual thing. It was like, okay, we've talked about hybrids. We know hybrids are part of the thing. Like it's part of the canon of the universe. We know like messing around with genetics is part of it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it one time. Let's get it out of the way. Let's show people. But then doing it again in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, it's like we don't need it. It was not needed. This animal, this animal was not needed. I just didn't like it. I didn't like anything about it. This animal, which we recently made a video on, if you guys didn't watch, the Scorpius Rex, I liked more than the Indoraptor because while I think it looks ridiculous, the fact that it was brought to me in a cartoon context makes it easier to ingest. Because the thing's like it's just like a human being, especially the way it yells. It's so creepy. It actually gives me goosebumps when I see it. It's scary. It's terrifying. The Indoraptor is just like, why do we need another one? Like, why do we? You already did it so nicely the first time. Why would you drop it in again? And I like the whole idea of, I like the whole theme of the gothic theme in Fallen Kingdom at the end of it. I loved like the music in there and the theming. It's just the enemy itself, the Indoraptor, I hated. Maybe there was a way to do it better, but at the end of the day, I really like the way that movie was directed. I like almost the entire thing, but like, and and it's funny because I like the pacing of the movie. I like the second half of the movie in the mansion. I like everything that was done in that movie, the way that it was done. I like everything but the Indoraptor itself. Everything around it, I like. I like the events that an Indoraptor causes. I like the situation around the Indoraptor. I think it's cool. But just the Indoraptor itself, I have a real problem with, and I don't know why. I'll never like it. I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it behaves. I hate that it smiled at one point. It's like too close to a human in real life, and it just doesn't. My brain can't. It doesn't do it. These dinosaurs to me are like what's amazing about them and what Jurassic Park was able to encapsulate in the first movie that's sort of carried through the franchise is that these animals are really wild. And it's like going on safari in Africa, which I've done, and you see these animals in their natural habitat and it's like it's beyond you. You can't even grasp what you're looking at because you're like this is their environment, this is their world. They're so wild. They have no idea what I am, who I am. They're just vaguely aware, but they really don't care about me at all and they're sort of living their life out here in these giant expanses of land. That's what Jurassic Park has always been to me, especially when the Lost World introduced that idea to me, which was, like the first one was the park, Isla Nublar crashed, and then Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3. It's like these are just wild animals. They're just being wild. They're living their own lives, and we coexist in a world with them. And that's always been a really cool concept to me. I've loved that idea. So to get back to Jurassic World Dominion, because I just went on like a 20-minute rant about my favorite parts of the movies. To get back to Jurassic World Dominion, I'd really so Giganotosaurus aside, I hope we can put that conversation to rest because Giganotosaurus, while I am excited for it, I'm kind of like whatever. I'm definitely gonna love it more than the Indominus Rex. Gonna love it more than the Indoraptor, more than the Scorpius Rex, just because of the basis that it was an actual real animal. But its reasons and its context for getting into the franchise, I'm kind of like whatever. Don't really care too much for it. But other things with Dominion, like for me, something that I really, really, really would like to see is a more like I want to see more focus on these animals being wild, on like existing alongside each other, especially now that we're thrusted in this series into a universe where these dinosaurs are supposedly wild and released into our world and no longer living between the confines of an island. I want to see, like, I would love to see beyond the storytelling of the island, like what the people in this universe have learned about these animals. We supposedly, I think they've been wild for like 2 years or 3 years already in living coexisting with people. When Jurassic World Dominion comes out, so for me, it'd be really really cool to see what have they learned about these dinosaurs. What do they know? What do they expect from them? What are the dangers with living alongside of them? Is there anything is there any like really moral standpoints that they have to take in protecting these animals, or are people hunting them? Are there laws around them? Like, I really want them to explore that deeply, and I hope it's not just brushed over. And I mean that in a sense of, if they just introduce me to the movie and they're like, all right, so here are the dinosaurs and they're living alongside us now and they're causing a little bit of chaos, and all right, here's the plot of the movie. Like, this one thing is happening. Giganotosaurus is here. This evil company is like, I want to know how the hell you guys are existing with Nasutoceratops in the forests of California. Like, how is that happening? People are going hiking, they're eating a Nature Valley bar, and then they see a ceratopsian in the middle of the jungle or in the middle of the forest. That doesn't go down like that. Like, you don't just see a Triceratops in the middle of the forest and like you're chilling. That's not happening. Like, I don't care what anybody says. It's like it's not gonna happen. Like, you're a person. You're gonna go put that stuff on Instagram, and then the Triceratops, you're gonna get too close because there's always gonna be that one tourist, and the Triceratops is gonna kill you. And that's the end of the day. You're done. Triceratops murdered you. And then I'm just talking about Triceratops. That's like an easy one to deal with, I guess. Tell me about Stegosaurus. You're talking to me about Ankylosaurs. You're talking about freaking Tyrannosaurus Rex. You're expecting me to believe that this animal, it was just wandering around for the last couple of years in the forest, and you didn't find it, and it's just wandering around like eating people's dogs and killing people? No. Stegosaurus alone, the Thagomizer on that animal. If you guys don't know, we've talked about this in the Stegosaurus episode and also the Kentrosaurus episode, which should be coming out soon. Or if it hasn't come out yet, it will be coming out soon. I think it's coming out soon. The Thagomizer, here, I'll pull out a little example. This is called a Thagomizer. This is a made up animal. This is a Nasutoceratops mixed with a Stegosaurus. This is the Stegoceratops from Jurassic World, a hybrid that I hope one day we get to see on the screen, because this is actually a cool hybrid. Um, this is called the Thagomizer that existed on the tail of Stegosaurus and many of the other Stegosaurids. You're telling me, you want me to believe for 3 seconds here that when they whip that stuff around in the middle of the forest and they're knocking down trees and stuff, people aren't just dying, dropping dead left and right? Like, is this happening casually? Because I'm assuming there's like a pack of 15 of them just walking around. No. The answer is no. So they better not. When I come in there and I'm sitting there, I'm seeing the Universal logo. Da-na-na-na-na, we're in. All right. Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, Jeff Goldblum. We're all into it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we're in the plot of the movie. No. I want to know, what the hell how are you guys doing it? How does it work? There's no way that it works, because in my idea, what I imagine, Americans in the United States of America, if you were to release a bunch of dinosaurs here in Florida where I live, they'd all be dead immediately. They'd be dead in a week. Every single dinosaur would be dead. Everyone here has guns and ridiculous cars and pickup. Everyone basically owns a tank in their backyard here in Florida. You would have every single dinosaur in Florida would be dead in 3 days. It would be the end. And then people would have hung them up on their cabins, and the government would try to come and get them, and they would kill the people in the government. That's what happened in Florida. That's what happened in Florida. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. That's a done case. California, people would be killing each other over people killing dinosaurs. That's what would happen. People would be protesting the dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs would be killing people during the protests of the dinosaurs. That's what happened in California. In Texas, they'd honestly probably start riding them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this isn't to be a Texas stereotype about bull riding and stuff. There, like, they're on the border between crazy California and crazy Florida. They just like, I feel like they'd find the mix. They'd be like torturing them, but also riding them. I bet somebody would find a way to milk one of these dinosaurs. I bet there'd be a farm with like some, Texans just freaking milking it. I'm here. I'm just milking on my Ankylosaurus here. I'm trying to get some of that good fresh Ankylosaurus milk here in the jar, and we're gonna try to make a bowl of cereal with my dinosaur milk. And I'm not talking about the other white stuff that comes out of dinosaurs. That was a dirty joke. Um, New York. New York, they'd be working in the office. I feel like New Yorkers would find a way to bully these dinosaurs, make fun of them to the point where they would grow rapid intelligence and they would be sitting in a cubicle working. That's what would happen, and you'd probably have like little velociraptors and compies working at coffee shops, super hipster like, and you'd have the dinosaurs in the rougher neighborhoods getting into gang fights, and it would that's honestly what would happen in New York. I feel like New York would influence dinosaurs more than you can understand. You'd honestly, at one point, the Mosasaurus would probably be hired by New York City to be a ferry to take people from Lower Manhattan to Brooklyn. That's honestly what would happen. And Chicago, they'd be making pizzas. There's another like they'd be deep dish pizzas all day, every day. I'm sorry, that was a little comedic rampage I just went on. But honestly, like it's like as a side note, I know that was like me making jokes and stuff, but really, what the heck are they doing out there? How in the world are they existing with these dinosaurs? I need those answers answered immediately when they in Canada. You're talking about Canada. The dinosaurs wouldn't survive 3 seconds in Canada. You want the dinosaurs to survive in the United States? Okay, we're stretching it. Canada, they're gonna freeze in 3 seconds. None of these dinosaurs, I think, could handle weather. That being said, I think a majority of the movie at some point was shot in Canada in the snow. So like probably Canada will be a part of the movie if they're not going to be like transitioning that to something else. But like you expect me these you expect these animals that have lived on tropical islands their entire lives to all of a sudden be chilling in Canada? I don't think so. Not gonna happen. Maybe the Canadian summer, but once winter comes along, they're all dead. We'd probably be fighting grizzly bears and stuff, and the Canadian government would have started probably killing them because they're taking out all the natural wildlife up there. They probably like moose and grizzly bears would probably be endangered within a week. Um, React says put them in one of the islands in the Philippines. Honestly, I feel like the Philippines would be the perfect place for Jurassic Park. There's so many islands there. They could probably open up a park. They would probably stimulate the Philippines government and financial situation as well. Like you'd have Filipinos caring for these dinosaurs. Every once in a while, it tax the Filipinos. Like some of these dinosaurs would be turned into adobo and eaten with rice. But like it's the tax of being able to live in the Philippines. If there was a place that would be like the perfect cohabitation of people and dinosaurs, it'd probably be the Philippines, because Filipinos are so chill that I feel like they would just like let the dinosaurs exist and occasionally just like steal one every once in a while just to eat. Um, that's what I feel like personally. Sri Lanka, I feel like it'd be a little too difficult in Sri Lanka. Okay, now these are just my viewers from the traveling clat that are now commenting places that I've traveled to and getting in my business, guys. This is a dinosaur channel, not the traveling clat. Let's get back to topic. Okay, I'm going to read some of your comments because Dinosaur has been writing a lot of stuff here. So, Project Ferocious, Goner, Death Ground, Extinction, Lost Wild, The Isle, Path of Titans, Primal Dominion. Okay, so games about dinosaurs. So, which one did you want me to watch? You want me to watch a trailer about something called Project Ferocious? Uh, so, should I watch that? Okay, that's pretty much all the comments. My bad, I jumped the gun a bit. So other things that I do want to see also talked about in Dominion, and this is a major issue of mine, and one that I actually would like to make a video on in the future, exploring, which is pretty much just the okay, Dinosaur. We're at 34 minutes right now. I'm gonna keep talking till like 45 minutes, and then we'll sit down and watch Project Ferocious together. We're almost there. Um, this is something that I really, really want to explore. And this has been a question of mine in the Jurassic Park universe for a long time now. Jurassic Park, the book, and the Lost World, the book, which are both part of the same series. We had an animal called the Pterodactylus, which is kind of like what a lot of you guys know as a pterodactyl or a pteranodon. It's a flying reptile that's synonymous with a lot of dinosaurs. Um, it was in the book. It existed. In the movie, in the first movie, we don't see them. We're supposed to believe that they're there in the park at some place, and that they were genetically created. In Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, we see a pteranodon at the end of the movie. In Jurassic Park 3, the pteranodons escape the island. Supposedly, they fly alongside the helicopter as they are leaving Isla Sorna, and they have been kind of free on the island for a long time. In Jurassic World, those pteranodons have supposedly been recaptured by InGen and put into a park, which is Jurassic World. We have no idea what's going on in Isla Sorna, but the pteranodons are there in the park flying around in the aviary. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the pteranodons escape and they're now in the mainland. At the end of the movie, we get to see a little couple seconds where we see them in Vegas, sitting on top of the Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas. Pteranodons, that is. In Jurassic Park or Jurassic World 3 Dominion, we see in the trailer a Quetzalcoatlus, which is the largest flying reptile that we know of. And we see pteranodons in the trailer, which means that these guys have been out. How in the world does the world operate with flying reptiles the size of giraffes? How can that even exist? Screw it. Let's not even talk about the Quetzalcoatlus. How can the pteranodon be flying around? It's still the size of a human. It can bring down any plane that it wants to in a jiffy. There are so many planes in the sky. These things have supposedly free reign around the world. They can fly wherever they want, whenever they want. How does that work? I need to know how these guys up here are living with us. I don't see a way that it could happen. I don't see any justification that Universal could give me that would let me believe that for 1 second these guys are freely flying around the world. I can't. It'd have to be so far stretched for me to believe it. That's something that could actually exist, and I don't know what kind of excuse or story they could give me to it. But my main question that I want answered is, what happened the first time? Like in Jurassic Park 3, when those pteranodons broke loose and flew supposedly to the mainland, what happened? Did they eat anyone? Did they pick anybody up? Does anybody have a bad experience? And if they just got captured and brought back, what happened after? I can't have them skip forward into the future and not harp on that. I need them to tell me. Um, like I want to know what happened with these animals. How did you guys? I will not take it if they just cut that out of the storyline. I need to know, like, how many plane accidents per year are being, how many Cessnas have come down because a pteranodon flew into them wanting to attack? Because we all know this, that the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, and specifically the flying reptiles like pteranodon, genetically modified to have teeth, which is not something they had when they were actually, when they actually existed millions of years ago. So they have teeth, and they're like just like they all have eternal rabies. Every single dinosaur and flying reptile and marine reptile in the Jurassic World universe is always trying to kill people and attack. They're always angry and they're always ferocious. So like you have these ferocious flying humans around. How does a life operate? How is not everybody just living in a bunker? Like I'm supposed to believe that everything is okay. I don't know. But then again, the first trailer of Jurassic World Dominion has given us almost zero context as to what the world is operating like. Like we've seen one scene in Malta that shows me that it still exists. It hasn't been completely ransacked, but there's a freaking Carnotaurus and Allosaurus literally going to town in the middle of the town. And sorry about the burp. And there are Trociraptors chasing Chris Pratt on a motorcycle. It looks like there's traffic going around. It looks like this is something that just happened, but I won't believe it. Didn't buy it. Like the pteranodons didn't fly from Costa Rica to the United States and then just hang out in the United States. If they flew from Costa Rica to the United States, they're hanging out. Like and if they didn't fly from there to there, they're not. I don't know. I'm just like I'm confused about it all. I want to know what's going on. I have so many questions. Dominion stresses me out because I am so excited for this movie and I'm so excited to watch it. I hope that they don't leave too many unanswered questions, or if they're gonna leave a lot of unanswered questions, let me know that at the end of the movie, or let me know shortly after the movie comes out that you're gonna answer them. Because I won't be able to introduce my children to this franchise. No, I will introduce my children to this franchise, no matter what. When I have kids in the future, that my kids are gonna grow up on Jurassic Park. But like, it's gonna be hard explaining to them, like, yeah, these people They exist with giant flying things, and they're okay with it. And occasionally they bring down a Boeing, and that's fine. And we're all cool with it. And we're just chilling. Like it's all good. No, I'm sorry. No. That's not how it works. That's not how life works. That's not, you can't do that. People got people got a 401k to fill out, and they're filing their, their tax, they're filing their taxes, and they're signing up for small business bank accounts at Bank of America, and a pteranodon, you know, pick someone up in their city, and they're just supposed to continue and like go to the grocery store and buy bread and milk and eggs and be like, yeah, it's all right. Like there might just be like a rabid reptile that flies down, picks me up, and I'll die today, but I'm gonna still go get some toast. Does that seem logical to anyone? If you're watching this post, please leave it in the comments. If you're watching this after, not in the live stream with the almost 10 of us that are in here, uh, leave it in the comments below. To the 9 people watching right now, please let me know. Do you think it's reasonable to think that people will put up with that, or no? Or is that even that's not realistic? I don't think it's realistic. Anyways, guys, I wanted to quickly, we're at the 41-minute mark. We're gonna watch whatever Primal Project Ferocious. Was it Project Ferocious? Yes, Project Ferocious. We're gonna watch that because Dinosaur has been recommending that. But before we do, I wanted to show you guys this little collection I've gotten up. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, it's at Dinosaur, at the Dinosaur Chan, like CHAN. I share pictures of what's going on in my dinosaur life occasionally. This is something I wanted to show you guys. I've been kind of collecting these over the years. It used to be a little bit bigger, but I'll tell you guys why it's not. I'm actually only missing one other thing from here because I think the rest of them I got. Oh, I might be missing. No, I think I'm only missing one. I used to have another one of these, which is a Triceratops tooth, one of my favorite dinosaurs out there. I used to wear it around my neck, and I lost it while I was hiking the tallest mountain in Puerto Rico. Hey, we hit 10 live viewers, 12 live viewers. Wow, this is amazing. You guys are awesome. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let me know what you guys' expectations are for Jurassic World Dominion. Anybody who's watching right now live, I'd love to hear from you. So yeah, these are my little collection of dinosaur teeth and some other things. So this right up here is a Triceratops tooth. This one right here is an Edmontosaurus tooth, which is a hadrosaur. We have covered it in an episode before. It's one of the more populous hadrosaurs that existed in the United States and Canada. I believe mostly in Canada, but maybe they have been found in the US as well. This right here is an ankylosaur tooth, which is Bumpy from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, which everybody loves. Ankylosaurus, that's right up there. That's what that one is. And then here we've got a fragment of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So actually found in Montana. This is the fragment of a Tyrannosaurus Rex tooth. Really, really cool. Actually got this one for a really cool bargain. You know, for me, owning a piece of one of my favorite dinosaurs, I mean, like it's almost my favorite dinosaur. It's just so cool. Then down here, actually, we have 2 pieces of amber with insects inside. One of them looks like it's a little fly, and then one of them looks like it might be like a tick that sucks blood. I don't think there's any dinosaur blood in there, but these existed. These are from around 80 million years ago, from the end of or the middle of the Cretaceous period, and they come from a mine in the Dominican Republic. It's called one of the amber mines, and it's actually in Jurassic World or Jurassic Park in the first movie opening scene. They're going through a canoe trip in the Dominican Republic, and they're bringing out amber, and they show you that amber with the mosquito inside. That's the mine that they got it from, or whatever that mine is based off of. This actually comes from there, which is really, really exciting and very, very cool. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys that's something that exists in my vast collection and set. I put this up as a set. You know, I've been creating this as a set for you guys, which I think is really cool, and I'm really excited about it because you guys will see it come to use in future videos. And we're still a little bit backed up on dinosaur content at the moment, and I'm trying to get it out there for you guys. But I think you guys have seen a little bit here and there. And that being said, let's jump into Project Ferocious. So everybody who's watching right now, you can pull it up in a new tab. I'm definitely going to be pulling it up in a new tab, and we can watch together Project Ferocious. If you can't watch it in a new tab, let's just You can just watch me commentate about it. I'm not going to play the audio, or I'll play it really, really low so it's not too overwhelming. And if we don't lose everybody in the stream while I'm doing this, Far Beyond, A Place Lost in Time, Project Ferocious, official trailer 2023. Whoa, this looks amazing. Oh my god, what is this? Okay. August 13th, 2021. This came out a while ago. Whoa. This is cool. Project Ferocious. What's going on here? They're just showing landscapes right now. They really look very, very, very Jurassic Parky, which is cool as well. Okay, this kind of looks like that game Ark Survival Evolved. Oh, is this like a horror game? So there's a guy with a gun now and a dead body. And that looks like a great white shark or a megalodon. I think probably a great white shark because it's a little small. Okay, they're walking on the beach with a gun. That looks one of those like spider crab things from King Kong. Just yelled at him. That's a theropod for sure. We've got some sort of dinosaur. We got more of those crab things. We got another person in the camp. This game actually looks pretty cool. That's a Brachiosaurus. We got a Ceratosaurus. That's cool. What else we got here? He just shot a person. Are you telling me this is like a Call of Duty game, but like it's like a shooter, but with dinosaurs on like an island? This kind of looks like Kong Skull Island. This looks like Peter Jackson's King Kong. That's what this like coloring looks like as well. And it kind of looks like that, like a mix with Ark. Okay, very cool. A lot of shooting going on, not a lot of dinosaurs. But the game looks cool. Seeing lots of shooting. People, I hope you guys can hear this. Lots of people shooting each other. Project Ferocious. Okay. Yeah, I want to see more about this game. This looks cool. Is this out already? Is this like, can you play this already or not yet? I guess not. Project Ferocious. Yeah, I guess it's not out yet. Does it look cool? It looks cool. I don't know if I would ever play it. I want to know. I want to know more about it. Anybody who wants to watch it, here's the topic on YouTube. I'll just link it for you guys in here if you guys want to watch. If anybody's into dinosaur games, the only gaming that I really do is I play Pokemon sometimes when I have the time. But since I got home, since I got home here in Florida, I bought this little Xbox thing. So I bought Jurassic World Evolution 2 just so I could be in the loop. Been playing through that slowly whenever I have time to actually play through it. And Flight Simulator because I like flying around places that I've traveled to. But I rarely play. Maybe just after a long day of work when I'm working on the computer, I wind down, play for an hour. The last couple of days I've been trying to play, I have literally fallen asleep at the Xbox. Like I've been so tired that I just start falling asleep while I'm playing. So Bryce Johnson is saying for real Turok vibes. Yeah, I love Turok. It was such a cool game. Dinosaur, thanks so much for the recommendation to watch that. That's really cool. Yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, by the way, of anything that you guys want me to talk about in the next week or anything else that you guys want me to talk about ever, you obviously leave them down. Chris Surfer says evolution is too much like doing chores. Oh my god, I cannot agree more with you. The first game, I played through it twice because the first time I played it on the PC and then I got it on the Nintendo Switch while I was out in the Philippines, and I played it again on the Nintendo Switch so I could accomplish everything and have everything unlocked. And then Jurassic World Evolution 2 came out. I played it for 3 days and was like, this is the worst game ever. This is so difficult. And then I bought it, and literally 3 days later, 4 days later, they released an update that unlocked everything for you besides some very basic skins. So I'm like, I'm good. I don't have to think about 5-starring anything. I don't want to unlock the most. I got all the movie skins. I'm happy. That's all I need. I don't need anything beyond that. I'm Gucci. Yeah. So I do like Jurassic World Evolution 2 a lot now because I have everything unlocked and I didn't have to work for it. And now I can just play through the game at my pace and enjoy it the way that I want to. Marsha asked, did you ever find a megalodon tooth in Miami? Not in Miami, but my friend Jack, who's in this live chat right now, I don't feel like going to get it. It's just right under my bed, but it's kind of heavy in a box. We did go through this place called the Peace River in Arcadia, Florida, and we went fossil hunting, which you have to pay $5 to go on a permit. You have to get a permit for $5 to find fossils in there. And you basically go with a sifter and a shovel, and you just go into this river. You can go in the snorkel and look for things. Um, and you collect rocks and you sift them out. And I did find a megalodon tooth from approximately, I think it was 10 or 15 million years ago. I think the person that I had look at it dated it for me. um, it's a juvenile megalodon tooth, so it's very small, but it is indeed a megalodon tooth. And it's in pristine condition. It was like almost perfect. Besides that, I found some vertebrae. We found like a horse bone, I think part of a horse tooth, a stingray mouthpiece, some fossilized clams and stuff. It's really cool. If you guys are ever down in Florida and you want to do it, it's only $5 to get the permit, and anybody can do it. It's super fun. The only caveat to it is that dinosaurs didn't exist in Florida because Florida was underwater millions of years ago. So the only animals you can really find are occasionally, but very rarely, marine reptiles. But you're looking more at things like the crocodiles, like ancient crocodiles. Lots of shark teeth and plenty of animals from the Ice Age and like Pleistocene. You can find mammoths. You can find like mammoth bones, mammoth teeth, mastodon, giant ground sloths, giant birds, like old ancient horses, camels. Really, really cool stuff. Florida had a really cool past, like a recent past, just in the last few million years ago when it surfaced out of the water. Um, but unfortunately, dinosaur bones, I don't think many or any have ever been found here. It's just too watery. All right, guys, that's 51 minutes on the clock. What's the oldest real piece you have found? Marsh is asking. I think it probably the megalodon tooth. I haven't dated them, so I don't really know. I think all the bones that we found in the vertebrae and stuff that we did find, me and Jack, were probably from the last few million years ago. It's probably from around the Ice Age, to be safe. Probably nothing. Probably stretched beyond the 30 million year mark, and I think that's even being like that's being like pretty large with it. I don't think that it even reached the 30 million year mark. It's probably in the sub 10 million year mark. Still very cool though to find that stuff. But for me, these things are special. Like these are things I'm gonna hold on to forever. I'm trying to make this collection slightly bigger. There's a lot of controversy in the paleontological world of like if you have money to buy fossils or to buy complete fossils, you shouldn't do it. You should just donate that money or buy replicas because scientists want to study these fossils. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't really have an official stance on it because I'm not neither a paleontologist or a very rich person to be able to say, but I'd love to find a way to bridge that gap between super rich people. And I know this seems like an ambitious idea, but I've done a lot of really cool things in my life. But I think that it would be cool to try to find a way to bridge the gap between paleontologists who hate rich people buying bone collections and super rich people who buy bone collections and don't allow the scientific community to study them. I would like to try to find a way with how I do this dinosaur channel and progress to it in the future. I'd like to try to find a way for us to bridge that gap, to make it so if I wanted to buy, and I'm not saying I ever would, but if I wanted to buy a massive T-Rex skeleton and put it in my huge mansion in my living room, that would be something that people didn't judge, and I would be able to find a way to make it accessible for people to study it and do whatever they needed to do within the context of owning it. Um, it's ambitious, and I might be super uneducated by saying it, but I just feel like there's probably a way to find that, and I just feel like there's a lot of hate in the paleontological community between super rich people who buy stuff like that and people who are studying the dinosaurs, and I totally understand that because it's like as a scientist you're working so hard to study these things. Like who are you? Just because you have a lot of money you get to own this thing? That shouldn't be legal. um Marcia says, "Have you ever gotten to dig with archaeologists?" No, I wouldn't want to dig with archaeologists specifically because I would want to dig with paleontologists because they study old prehistoric life. Archaeologists do more of like the human stuff and archaeology, like digging up human remains and old civilizations and stuff like that. While archaeologists occasionally do find paleontological finds, they usually call in paleontologists to study that stuff. Um, but yes, I hopefully this summer with the Jurassic Park Jeep, I'm already in talks with quite a few paleontologists. Um, I'm hoping to bring you guys some really cool content and personally do some stuff that I've never done. I'm very very excited about this summer, guys. Again, I'll just say this at the end of the show here, this end of this live show. If any of you guys can reach into your pockets and donate to this channel. Obviously, not expected of anybody, but if you can, it would be a huge help because I am trying to get some funding for what we're doing. It's kind of ambitious, the trip that I have planned for the summer, and it's going to need a fair bit of funding. So I don't even feel ashamed asking, because all of it's going to come out of my pocket at the moment. And I'd appreciate anybody who's willing to reach in there, throw some bucks our way, and help support the channel because I promise you guys, it will be insane. It's gonna be so freaking cool. Already, you know what? Nah, I don't even want to show you guys a sneak peek. Some amazing thing happened today in regards to the trip, but I don't even want to. I don't want to talk about it. I'll just keep you guys looped for maybe the next one. I'll show you guys. Looking forward to new videos. My 5-year-old daughter and I enjoy your videos. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you and your 5-year-old daughter. I also appreciate that you're a surfer. That's amazing. Let me know where you're catching waves. I'm hoping it's in the U.S. and I'm hoping I can come meet you out on the road while I'm traveling with my Jeep, and maybe we can go surf together because I'll probably need a little bit of a surf session while I'm traveling out there in the United States. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Another hour down. We're going to be doing these lives every single Monday for the foreseeable future, hopefully until we get monetized and then some. If you guys continue watching, I'll keep creating it, and it seems like you guys are enjoying the show. So appreciate everybody tuning in on the live. Appreciate all your wonderful comments, and appreciate everybody who's watching after. Really, the ones of you guys who tune into this after are really the ones making, like, obviously I really appreciate the ones who are watching it live. I love you guys are amazing. But the hundreds of you who watch this show after it comes out and watch it all the way through, and I see you guys on the retention time, I know who you are. I appreciate you and I love you so much because you're helping support this channel more than I can explain. You really are. It's helping so much. I'm seeing the watch time on the channel improve more and more. We're like 600 hours of watch time away from getting monetized on the channel again, which will mean that the whole channel will be booming again. It'll be able to get more views as well, and I'll be able to make money. So it's really important to me to try to get to that point before Jurassic World Dominion comes out. I'm like rushing to try to make that happen. That's why I'm pumping out so much quality content up here. So live stream down, guys. Another live stream coming at you next Monday. We're hopefully going to be talking about the whole debacle with the Spinosaurus. If anybody's interested in that, the Spinosaurus, which has evolved so many times in the scientific community, just had a paper coming out about it. I'm waiting for more opinions by paleontologists before I talk about it because I'd honestly like to dedicate a whole episode on live next week to it. And I'm very, very excited for it. So we're going to talk about the Spinosaurus controversy next week. The video coming up this week for you guys, we got a quick dive on the it's gonna be Elasmotherium we did. I think we got a quick dive on the Therizinosaurus or on the Deinonychus pterodactyl. We have a quick dive coming out on the pterodactyl. It's a long episode. It's like a 7-minute episode. So yeah, we got a quick dive, not so quick, about the pterodactyl coming out this week, and then maybe another episode about the Therizinosaurus by the end of the week. So keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. And any other cool dinosaur content, please keep supporting us. Follow me on Twitter at the Dinosaur Chan, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys so much. You guys are always so much fun. Let's keep this channel rocking. I'm really excited, guys. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.